Hello and welcome. This is Faisal with you. Today, we're going to explain the correct way to design a flyer using Adobe Illustrator, or how to create a flyer on Adobe Illustrator. Alright, to start, we need to know that we're going to explain this topic in a very simple and easy way. Meaning, today I'm not going to explain how to make a curve in Illustrator, or how to use the tools, or get into gradients, colors, and things like that. No, today we're actually going to leave a helpful link in the video description below, directing you to the famous and widely recognized global website, where an impressive 90% of the templates or designs that are available there are completely free to use for absolutely anyone who wants to download from it at any time they wish. So today, we're explaining the measurements and how to work with them. Then you can choose the template from the website that suits you best. But it's simply not enough to just download a template from this free site and then immediately send it to the client exactly as it is, without making any changes or adjustments. Of course not, it'll definitely get rejected. So you have to, this site helps you a lot, it helps you quickly, just like Shutterstock helps you. It helps you with colors, how to place images, with masks, with everything. But it's still up to you to choose the text you need. The colors, the images. Basically, the whole world, the world of flyers. Let's put it that way. Alright, let's start with the interface of Adobe Illustrator, the famous tool. I go to Create New here and click New. Okay, so at first, the new document window opens up. This is our document. What will its size be? What will its color mode be? What about the bleed, the advanced options, and all those things? There are a lot of settings, but the layout looks simple. Flyers usually come in several sizes or according to the size that's always required from you. For example, there's the A5 size. It usually starts from A5 or 14. 14 centimeters by 20 centimeters, which is just a bit smaller than A5. A 5 is basically half of A4. So its size is about 15 centimeters by 21. So to start, we'll work with the smallest size, which is A5. Then you have the A4 size. Then you have the A4 size, which in centimeters is 21 by 29.7. After that, there's a size that's smaller than A4. There's the 17 by 24 size, 17 centimeters by 24 centimeters. Then after that, I think you get into sizes that are bigger than A4. There's the 25 by 35 centimeter size. Then there's the A3, which is 42 by 29.7 centimeters. But these are poster sizes, meaning they're large sizes. So we want to work on measuring the EVA first, so that it is only the front and back. Front and back. Alright, so here, as we mentioned, it's about 14.85 centimeters, so roughly 15 centimeters by 21 centimeters. Okay, since we're talking about a flyer, that means we're getting into printing. So you absolutely have to set the color mode here to CMYK. That means you always need to use CMYK in the world of printing on Illustrator. Here, the bleed. So you have the option to set it from the start either 2 millimeters or 3 millimeters. The bleed is the extra edge that gets trimmed off during cutting and printing. We can set it to 0 for now. And then inside Illustrator, we'll see, God willing, how to set up the bleed. Here, I can name it anything. I can call it A5 or whatever name you need. Then I click Create. Let's take a look together. Now it has opened our page or document, with the size just as we specified from here to here. Yeah, which is the A5 size. Of course, for those seeing Illustrator for the first time or anyone who wants to learn it from this video or this lesson, it's a very easy tool. It works with vectors, unlike Photoshop, which always works with pixels. Vectors are smoother and easier. You can scale freely without resolution issues, unless there's a placed image. Alright, here we have the tools, arrows, rectangles. This is the text tool, which is the type tool right here. My version of Illustrator is always the Arabic version. So I have the T for right and left, meaning from right to left. So let's see, as we mentioned at the beginning of the video, We rely on the Freepik website to make things easier and simpler. We take ready-made templates from it, especially for beginners. Alright, now I go to the ready-made file I got from Freepik. And I select it. Alright, so I opened the template and it appeared like this. Of course, the text was here. The headline was above the logo. The digital park, the digital code, and the names they put there were just examples or placeholders in the template. Alright, here I have the, let's say, the background or the design that I want to use. I enlarge it here like this, using the black arrow, and I select it. I want to move it from one page to another, or from one document to another. I select it, I make a selection on it. Then I cut it, which is shortcut command plus X or control plus X on Windows. Or I can. And from here, from Edit, I go and cut it from the top menu. From here, that's it. Then I go back to our page, the one we had selected, which is the 5th file, and I paste it. That is, I use Command plus V or Control plus V. Or you can also do paste from the top menu here. Alright, now it opened up for me like this, so I can control it or, for example, remove this part here or remove the part above here. It's clear that something has been done to it here. It has either been grouped or a clipping mask has been applied to it in Illustrator. So I right-click. I right-click on it to see what has been done. So a clipping mask has been applied to it. That means if I remove the mask like this, I find that there are a lot of things inside. So this might be difficult for you as a beginner. So I just undo and leave it like this. Now, we'll see how we can remove a part or keep a part if there's a mask. Alright, now I select it with the black arrow. I come here to the page at the beginning. I place it up here on this. Then I go down, select from the corner while holding Shift. I press Shift and drag down like this. Alright, now we want to make a bleed. Like we mentioned at the beginning of the video, which is the bleed for the cutting edges or extra cut, for the sake of convenience during printing, in the cutting process as they call it. Okay, I press Command plus Alt plus P or Control plus Alt plus P, and this will bring up top, bottom, left, right here, so I can always set it to 1/2 or 1/4 centimeter. 1/4 centimeter is the best option. Now we can see here that the bleed edges, have appeared outside my artboard in red. So I can increase it a little bit upwards like this. Then I drag it over here like this so that it's outside the artboard in my safe area. Alright, now as we can see, this is basically the start or the beginning of the fire shape. So I can remove the part underneath this. Alright, I drag it like this and always take from it. Try to use Illustrator's copy function or use Alt. I dragged it while holding Alt so you can make a copy of the object or element you want to edit in case you want to keep the original. So here, I click on this. I selected the white arrow, the group selection tool. This is the direct selection tool which works with anchor points. And this group, if there are masks or it's a group, is really useful and really nice, as we can see. As soon as I deleted it, I ended up with shapes. Now I have shapes. You might want to take the shape and use it for something specific. Yeah, I mean, you might need all of this in a certain way. So you took it here and placed it. That you just need it as a bank. You can add a shadow to a sentence, a word, a logo, whatever you need. It all depends on what you want. Alright, so let's delete, and keep either the top part or the bottom part. So now I have this. Maybe I grabbed it again from the top, held Shift, and resized it. Held Shift and resized it. So now I have this nice shape here. I can lift it up like this and place it here. Now I can change the properties of the shape or its appearance. Or I can use this tool to reflect it, the Reflect tool. Double click on it and it flips. Alright, and then okay. I can move it up like this, or I can also bring it back, depending on the specific shape or style that you want to achieve. Just let me know your preference, and I'll adjust it accordingly. Maybe I wanted to remove this one and keep that one instead. So you really don't have any issues when it comes to choosing your template or the shape you want. You can always go back, take this one and put it on top or wherever you like. Now I start adding the shapes I need, or the logo, or the text, or whatever else. Or, for example, here I have social media titles: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I choose the logo. Let's say this is our logo. I took it from the second page, and now I come here. I place it and just paste it here, for example, as needed. Now, after we've placed the logo or put it in the required spot, of course, as we mentioned, you can change it to your own colors or shapes however you want. Here I have it in black, and here, for example, I made a background for the slogan underneath it. Okay, here you can write what the flyer is about, or the name of the company, which is always included in commercial flyers. We can write Palestine Industrial Equipment Company. I made it bigger. I selected the black arrow with the box, and from below here, I held Shift and dragged it up. Here, it's clear that I need to move it down. You can also change the font type if you don't like it. Just go up to Window, then to Type, and select Character. From here, you choose and set the font type and write. I already have some fonts ready, like maybe this one or that one. What's needed, or the type of font you prefer. I make it a bit smaller with Shift from up here, and I can also move it down by pressing Enter, just like this. Then go to Paragraph and center it in the middle. Alright, Palestine Company. Now, after putting the name at the top, you can start adding images here. Of course, you already know how to add images in Illustrator. So here I added the text, and of course, it came out in English because it always gives you placeholder text in English. Let's assume that this is where my text is. Alright, now as we mentioned at the beginning of the video, this flyer will be double-sided or have a front and back. For example, here I have the front side. You can change this part, it's totally fine. The background for the back side could be white, for example. You can add images, yes, it all depends on what's required or the design you want. Okay, now to make another copy, another version of it, so that it will be the back side of the flyer. I go to the tool called the Artboard tool here. Alright, and also, with Alt and Shift, I drag to sorry. He has it. Alright, again, I drag with Alt like this, then I press Shift here, and it makes a copy for me. So it became this pack and this face. So here, depending on what you want, you can remove or keep the logo on the back of the flyer. It is possible that you are doing a reflection for him. Like this, it will look. It will look nice when printed. You could also have another headline or a different title here on the back of the flyer. So you can do it this way if you want. Alright, just like that. Alright, so that was the front and back. And as we said, usually on the back of the flyer, you typically have the flyer's main headings. So you could place them here like this, and write the street name. Phone numbers, but don't include, for example, a digital code. Here, you should write the Facebook address, Twitter address, Instagram address. Exactly. Alright, so that was our explanation for the A5, how I have an A5 flyer, how I make it, and the A4 will be the same thing, but you just need to scale it up. So what you did for the A5, you'll do the same for the A4, just increasing the size. But there's one thing. Now, for example, there are flyers, or let's call them brochures. So we've moved on from the topic of flyers. Now it's about brochures, where I have 2 pages here, or a front and back. Alright, then someone might say, I want it to be 4 pages as well, in the same style we worked on. It's the same thing, you just go and take another artboard from here. This one will be number 3. Then you drag another artboard here, and this will be number 4. And you can number them so you don't get confused while you're working, or so there's no mix-up. You can open this one here and set it up. Name it like this. Call it number 1. I'm zooming in using the keyboard shortcut. Alright, this is page number 1. You can take it back here. And name it number 2. Same thing here, 3 and here. 4, okay, this is called a folded flyer, or a flyer that will be strong in print. Meaning, you hold it in your hand. It's basically double A4 or double A. 5, you have any 4 to hold in your hand. And it's like you're holding a single A4 sheet that's folded in half. And it has all the details you want on it. Of course, you can go back inside and change things, remove this, or take from the design we have up here. And then, can I do this and cancel this? And here, delete. Leave this one because it has the mask shape. You can do it like this on the last page, which is page number 4. I could open it like this, depending on what's required from you. Alright, so this is in the case where I need 4 pages. Okay guys, this is very closely related and important to the website we talked about. This might be the 3rd or 4th time I mention it in the video. It's the FreePick website. It's really important. Go check it out. It's a global, well-known, and very safe website. And hopefully, in the future, if you advance and become a professional, you can even get a subscription there. You can start buying a subscription, and with the paid plans, you'll get access to exclusive designs and images. They also have very strict copyright policies when it comes to images, and that's it. So, this was a very simple explanation of the flyer, and I hope you benefit from the video. Thank you for watching.